word of mouth, or do you have to do some advertising, or is it something like Checker Trade or some other tool that you're using? It's an interesting question, because what I find fascinating is that so many people tell me that, yeah, all my work comes from word of mouth, which is good, because that means you're clearly doing a good job and have got a good reputation. But in the same breath as when they tell me their work's coming from word of mouth, they also tell me that they're not winning the type of jobs that they want. It's not the value that they want. It's not the right type of client, not an affluent client that they're looking for. So the question is really word of mouth for them their most profitable lead source? Well, we'd argue not. Clearly, they're in the wrong market, aren't they? And they've pigeonholed themselves into doing the wrong type of work for the wrong type of clients, and they're just going to get more and more of that. So maybe where is your ideal type of work coming from? Is it actually LinkedIn? Or is it through an architect? Is it through Facebook? Or is it through advertising? Well, the only way you're going to know that and be able to answer that definitively is if you're tracking your lead sources. So every time someone phones you and they inquire or they send an email in, you're going to ask them the question, how did you hear about me? So, they'll either say, oh, it's a recommendation, or I saw your banner up on one of your jobs, or an architect recommended you, or whatever it is they're going to say. And you're going to track that. You're going to write that down, and you're either going to put it in a spreadsheet or put it in your CRM system. This is an absolute must, but I find that so many small businesses are not doing this. And if you don't do this, you can't really analyze where your good leads are coming from. And once you do know where your good leads are coming from, you can just laser focus into going for them and them only. So I just want to share you a quick tool that I've got for you that's available at the moment. It's a lead source report. Now, this is something that is going to be really useful for you if you start tracking this. So with your lead source report, what you want to be looking for is how many leads are coming in every single month. So you're going to look at the bottom line figure there. So you might go January, yeah, we've got 36 leads in, February 38. And obviously month on month, you want to see that figure going up so that you're getting more and more leads into your business. If you have a slow month in sales, you can immediately look and think, well, why was that? Oh yeah, it's because we didn't get enough leads coming in. Secondly, the more detailed and granular data that we want to look at is where exactly are those leads coming from. So, in a previous business of ours, we were tracking our leads. We were getting loads of our work from the council, which was absolutely fantastic. We used to get bathrooms left, right and centre from the council every week. So we'd put that in our lead source. But you might notice that when we were tracking this, when we got to August of one year, this is an old report, we started looking at the leads dropped massively, and then September they dropped again. So all of a sudden we're thinking, why are our leads dropping off? So we put a phone call into the council. Just, is everything all right? You're not sending us as much work at the moment. And it was so happened that they'd had massive cuts to their budget, and they weren't able to send out as many projects. Now, fortunately, because we were immediately on it and we immediately spotted the trend, we were able to diversify and start looking for other means of work to continue our lead sources going up every single month. So you can see, can't you, how valuable lead sources can be for your business if you're tracking this. It just gives you a really clear picture of how many leads you're getting in and where exactly are your leads coming from, which is good. But what we want to do is we want to go a little bit further than that, because just knowing the amount of leads coming in and where they're coming from is great. But like we said, we want to know what are your most profitable projects so that you can focus on them and them only. So then you have to go a little bit further once you've captured this data. So let me show you another spreadsheet. So this spreadsheet is what we call a return on investment spreadsheet, an ROI spreadsheet. So what you can do here is, again, you're tracking all your lead sources. So where are your leads coming from? Google Organic, AdWords, recommendations, and you're going to put a marketing spend to that every single month, or you might do this might be an annual report that you're doing. So every month you put a spend on that. So you might think, right, Google Organic, yeah, I spent out £300 on SEO, or I spent out £100 writing blogs. So that might all come under Google Organic. AdWords is easy. You can easily get your spend there and tap that in. Same for Facebook ads and things like that. Recommendations, we used to apply value to recommendations because if someone recommended us, we would pay a recommend a friend scheme. So we'd give the client a voucher and we'd give the person who signed up a voucher. So there would be some sort of fee that was put in for that too, for marketing. So we used to go on and on and on. And then what we would do then is we'd look at how many quotes we were getting through that lead source, we could then work out exactly how much was it costing us per quote for that lead source. So for example, we knew in our business that Google Organic for us just did not work. We were paying, as it says there, £396 a lead for Google Organic to come through, and it just wasn't working for us as a lead source. That was too much to pay to go and get a quote, so we switched that lead source off. It just, at the time, it wasn't working for us. Whereas we knew that Google Organic was actually pretty good for us. Look, we were paying £173 a quote, but we won 19 of average job value of £37,000. So that was clearly a brilliant lead source for us. So we kept investing in SEO and writing blogs and things like that. Recommendations was obviously highly valuable for us. We're only paying £48 a quote for recommendations, and we went on and on and on. But as you can see here, really clearly, when you've got this data, it's extremely powerful, isn't it? So you can look at this every single month or every 6 months or at the end of the year, and you'll know exactly where your work's coming from and where is your most profitable work coming from, because that's what you want to go for, your most profitable jobs. So if you want data like that in your business, I highly recommend you go and get yourself a CRM system. There's loads out there. You can, Google tons of them. I'm not affiliated with any of them. Some ones that I like are things like ActiveCampaign or Infusionsoft. There's plenty out there. But if you get yourself a CRM system, you'll be able to export this data really easily and be able to put it in the chart. But I've also got a download for you. So if you click on the download button, you'll be able to use that too. So I hope that helps. And if you'd like to discuss how I can help you scale your business, so we can talk about what your most valuable leads are and how we can come up with an awesome marketing strategy to get the type of work you want at the value you want in your area, then click the button to move on to the calendar, book a call in, and we'll have a chat and a brainstorm about how I can do that for your business. But I hope that helps.